Good evening, guys, girls. We got Tim, we got Michael, we got Brian, we got Harris, and you got yours truly, Rob, with you this evening. You won't see Darlene walking behind me or around me anywhere like that tonight. You may see a fly over top of me like a little angel, just keep an eye on me. But now, uh, uh, she's in Philly tonight. Also, big shout out to Tim Gillis. The other night, I had left my phone in my mom's car. No vehicle here, no way to get in touch with anybody. So I came on StreamYard and I put, help me, help me, help me. Tim saw it. He called my mom for me. And really, I actually had a anxiety attack. And that's some pretty strong stuff if you ever had a problem before. So it's all cool now. We're all good. Let's go back and look at last weekend's college games. Georgia 22-19. They were dogs in that game. Tim and Rob got that one. Oregon 45. Let's see, was that 45-37?
Yep.
They covered the 30. They covered the 3 points. Not a problem. The whole shooting match got that. We all got it. Clemson 34, SMU 31, and Tim and Keith got that. You're going to find out real quickly, folks. We got a little thing going on here. If every time you hear Tim's name mentioned, because he went 6-0 with his college this week. Rock. All right, let's go back to Friday. We go back to Friday. Army. Tulane was 5.5-point favorites. Keith went with Tulane. Everybody else, including Tim, went with Army. UNLV, Boise State. None of us jumped ship off of Boise State's 4.5 points. They won by 14. We all won, including Tim. He got his fifth win there. And then the Iowa State, Arizona State game, where Brian, myself, and Harris decided to jump on the Iowa State train. Mike, Keith, and yes, indeed, Tim with his 7th win there. So it did really, really well. The unders on the first one was only Rob. Over, Mike, Tim, Harris. Over on the next one was Harris, Brian, and Mike. Over on the next one was Keith, Brian. And unders were Tim, Rob, and Keith. And the over is Keith, Tim, Harris, Brian, and Rob on the last one. So we did pretty good on the over-unders there, Nick. So we didn't do bad. All right, let's get to the one game we've got on Saturday. And me and Harris have said all along, if this team wins this week, they should have been the number 12 team. And the hell with SMU. Army should be there. That's what we said. But, hey, that's long past us. We won't worry about that. Tim, Army, 6.5-point favorites. They're going to Northwest Field. That is where the Washington Commanders play. 38.5 points. Tim, what you think there? Tim.
What I'm thinking is that Army should win this game. I'm going to have it be Army 30, Navy 12. And there are other there's actually a bowl game Saturday as well. But
I'm not even going. We're not even going to mess with smaller bowl games. We'll just mess with the playoff. Is all we worry about. So Tim will go. Would you say 30-12?
30-12.
All right, it is Army and the over. Michael.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Army. I know Army deserved to be in there, but they're going to be having fun down in Fort Worth with their bowl game. Army should dominate. Navy's passing attack is there, but Army's defense is too strong, and they're going to run the ball. And I think it's not going to be a blowout, but it's per se. I'll say Army 27, Navy 13.
27-13. That is 40 points. That is Michael in the over. Brian.
Well, Navy started out 6-0, and then they ran into Notre Dame and got slaughtered. And they didn't respond too well after that. They lost the next 2 out of 3 after that. They both have played Tulane, and Tulane beat Army 35-0. Or excuse me, Tulane beat Navy 35-0. The Tulane Army game, which we just saw, that was a close game. Army's got Captain America at quarterback, Bryson Daly. He's got 30. He's counted for 37 touchdowns this year, 1,400 yards rushing and 887 passing. He is quite the athlete. He's kind of like a Taysom Hill to me, maybe a more accurate passer. I've got Army winning 27-20.
Ooh, on 27-20, just barely covering. Brian has them barely covering, but going over the total.
Army's more
Harris.
physical.
I've got Army playing pissed off because they didn't get into the playoffs. They're gonna blow this team out of the water, 44-21.
Oof.
Oof.
44-21.
But they got
Harris.
CBS got 13 more years of this game.
And Philadelphia gets it back to 2027. They got
but
Baltimore to go to. They got
TV
New York
network.
to go to, and then to come back to Philly.
They played one in
Baltimore
Kansas City a long time ago.
Yeah, they got Baltimore next year, though. I'm like this about it, man. Every one of you guys picked this game to go over the total. And I'm going to do it, too, because I'll tell you what, 38.5, I'm not sure Army won't score 38 points in this ballgame. I think they're going to come out playing. And generally, when you're playing against this triple option type stuff, or you play, even if you're playing against a passing team with being in this armed services, you're going to give up some points. 34-14. I'm taking Army in this ball game, and I will go with the over. All right, let's go. We're going to look at pros this week.
Just another NFL breaking story.
Tell us.
NFL, they're going to replay is going to be looking at face mask penalties.
Yeah, I'd heard that. I'd heard that they're going to start.
Mhm.
Currently, or is that factoring?
It'll start next season.
Oh,
I think it starts next season. It may be the playoffs. This week, Tim got 7 right. Harris got 5. Keith got 5. Mike got 5. Brian got 8, and I got 5. So there's a few less games being played, but there are also a few of them that really, really, especially in the NFC West, showed their asses this week. Namely being the Rams and the Niners. They decided we're going to throw about 40 on your ass, and then you can pray. So that's what happened there. Nice week by Tim. By Brian, I'm sorry. 8 wins.
We all did well straight up. I went 9-4. Harris was 9-4. Tim was 8-5, and Keith 8-5. Mike was 8-5. And overall for the year, I've got Harris in the lead with 132 wins. I got 131.
All right. Sounds good there. Michael,
Yes, sir.
Thursday night football. It's only tomorrow night, guys. The Rams, a 2-point favorite after showing off the way they did against that Buffalo Bills team, but they're going to take a show on the road. They're going to be playing in San Francisco. 48 and a hook. Have at it.
Well, the 49ers, the injury list is bigger than my wife's shopping list. That's how bad things are with all the injuries the 49ers have. Is Purdy playing? That's my first question.
Yes, he
Close
is.
enough. No.
Currently, yes.
He's playing, and yeah, they need him because he actually played really well last week.
Yeah, he did. I don't know. It's going to be outdoors.
He is
It's
not on
gonna
the
be-
injury report, Michael.
Huh?
He's not listed on the injury report.
Oh, he's not? Okay. No, but I'm just saying. Now my theories. The game is outdoors, so that favors the 49ers. It's on that turf that's not very popular. That favors the 49ers. I think that's I think I'm going to take the Rams. I think it's going to be a close game. What was the over-under, 48? It's Thursday night football. Thursday night football. I'll say I'll say the 49ers 24, LAR 20.
24-20. Mike will go with the Rams.
You said you were taking the Rams, but you gave a score for the 49ers.
No, I'm gonna take the Ram. What's the line on the game? 8.5.
2 points. He said 24-20 Rams. Oh, that's what he
did.
said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 24, 20, 40. I'm sorry, you're right. 24, 20, 49ers. I'm worried about the point. I was worried about the over-under.
Oh, you go taking Niners to win.
Yes, I'm going to take the Niners. I want the game under, though.
Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you said 24-20 Rams. My bad.
48's too much.
Yeah, 48.5. Okay.
Too much, especially on Thursday Night Football.
We got you. Brian.
I was surprised how the Rams were more physical than Buffalo. Their offensive line was pushing them back, and they were really running the football last week. And the Rams receivers, Puka Nacua is unbelievable. Let's catch on the sideline. I think he had 160 yards receiving. San Francisco's got some injury problems, but they're running with this guy, Isaac Guerrero. He's got 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. And LA's run defense is like 28th in the league. So that should work for San Francisco. I got the Rams winning, and I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of like in Philadelphia. Deebo Samuel's complaining about getting enough targets. I do like the way Shanahan handled his complaints, though. He says we normally don't let this stuff out. He stays off social media because he knows he'll answer him back, and that just leads to trouble, and it's just non-productive. So, I don't know what Debo's doing there, complaining about not getting enough targets. I've got Los Angeles winning 25-21.
25-21. That is Brian taking the Rams and an under. Harris.
I'm right with Brian, but I had 26-21.
26-21. That is Harris taking the Rams and an under. And then one thing the Rams couldn't do against the Bills is stop them. They just couldn't stop them.
They couldn't stop each other.
And the Niners last week threw for 350 and ran for $1.50. So I got a feeling, man, this is going to be a damn track meet. 34-24. I'm taking the Rams to win in the Niners house, but I'm gonna take the Rams here, and I'm going over big time. Tim.
And I actually did write my scores down before that. Before we, this was yesterday I did this. You're pretty close to what I have, Rob.
I
have Rams 30, 49ers 24.
Okay. That'll be an over. Now we go to Brian. Let's start on the Sunday bracket there. Washington Commanders. Wow. 7.5-point favorites going to the Saints. 43 is the total. And from what I'm seeing right now, the Saints quarterback is shown as doubtful. That's what I'm getting.
Doubtful.
And I'm not. Some people may have. You may even have heard he's been out, but I've still got doubtful for this week.
I heard they suspect a broken wrist.
Yeah,
That's what they suspect.
and they figured it might have been the season for him right there, but I'm seeing doubtful for their quarterback right now. So it could be Taysom Hill, could be taking the snap.
Taysom Hill's out with a knee injury.
Yeah, he's out.
So
It's gonna
Taysom
be
Hill's out.
It's going to be Jake Haener.
Okay, all right, go for it, Brian.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a homecoming for Jaden Daniels to come back to LSU territory. So that's positive on Washington. New Orleans, again, a lot of injury. Was I right about Haener or was Spencer Rattler there?
Spencer Rattler is that? Yeah, he's out. That's where Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, it might be Spencer Rattler, unless he's injured. Because I thought Haener came into the game.
He may have.
Anyway, I've got Washington winning this game. What's the line on this?
The line is 30. I'm sorry, 43, and 7.5 is what they're favored by.
Okay.
So if they win by a
Washington.
touchdown,
Yeah, 24-14. I'll go with Washington.
24-14, that's 38. So Brian takes Washington, and he'll go with the under. Harris.
From what I just read on Sports Illustrated, Derek Carr is done for the year.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And the Saints have signed Ben DiNucci.
Oh, Lord.
Whoop de freaking do.
That's what I say. Whoop-de-doo.
That being said, Washington, New Orleans. I've got the Commanders 33-17.
33-17. That will be Harris taking Commanders, and then over. I'm like this. The Saints, I know, have decent defense, but I know Washington, they just coming off a bye. They're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at the Saints right here because they only have one more road game after this one. They got a lot of home games coming up. I think they're going to put a whole lot into this ball game to try to make damn sure they're going to have enough wins to go to the playoffs. 36-28. How about a good 64-point night for these two teams? I'll take Commanders, and I will go over the total. Tim.
That may be what Jaden Daniels does to the Commanders' or does to the Saints' defense.
Yeah.
That makes. Harris had about my score. I have the Commanders 31, the Saints 20.
Tim got Commanders and over. Michael.
Are they indoors?
Yes, they're in the Superdome.
That's why. No, you don't call it the Superdome. You call it the Caesars Palace Stadium or whatever it is.
The Caesars Superdome, it is.
I don't know why you guys all think this game is going to be a track meet. Who's the quarterback there? Spencer Rattler?
Or Jake Hanner.
Or Jake Hanner, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
That chart shows Hayner right now.
Jaden Daniels will be on the other side.
Yeah, I know. Daniels is going to do his job. I don't see the Saints. I know they're home. It's Christmas time and all that kind of jazz. Nah. I see the Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to win this game. I think they're going to win this game big. I think they're going to win like 31-10.
31-10. And he's the first one to go under the total. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Yo, my friend, yo. Merry Christmas to you. We will be having a Christmas show coming up in a couple of weeks. And
I'll be ready for that.
The closer we get to it, the closer to the times we know we can all get together, I will let you guys know myself. I'll come on here on a show to myself. Harris, the Dolphins. They're traveling to the Texans. The Texans are 3-point favorites. 47. Straight up. 47.
You know, I've been riding the Dolphins since Tua came back, but I just think his luck's about to run out. You know, the overtime win last week was huge for him. Still keeping him alive. But Houston, it's a tough place to go play in. I'm going to take Houston to win this game 27-21.
27-21. So Harris will go with the Texans, and he will go with the over. All I simply say is look at C.J. Stroud's numbers this year. 15 touchdowns in 14 games, or 13 games, wrong. 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, and he's thrown for a little over $3,000. He's averaging about 220 a game, something like that. He's not carrying his team like he did. And now the locker room is starting to pop on him too. They're starting to push people around, and they're just like this is not the environment you want down in Houston if that's what you're looking for. Miami, on the other hand, Mike McDaniel had to get together with a couple of his players this week because they kind of showed their ass last week. And I don't know exactly what they did, but he called some people in and he let it be known real quick. I ain't taking none of it. I respect him for it. Dolphins have the better offense here. I know the Texans really, you talk about them, first thing you always think about is defense, but they are very, very close. I mean, they're not guaranteed a spot in the playoffs by any means here. I don't think the Dolphins to win it outright. 26-24. I'm going over the total here. I don't know. The Texans haven't proven to me a whole lot this year. I may be off, but we'll see. I'll probably be on the island. Tim.
No, you will not be on the island, Rob, because once again, I don't like the numbers from Stroud this year. It's plus, I mean, whatever running game they did have, it's almost not. Mixon looked great the first few weeks, and then, okay, what's he done since? I'll take Miami 28, Houston 21.
28-21. Tim will go with the Dolphins and the over. Mike.
This is a weird game. Houston and Miami. I like Stroud. I like Tua. I get a phone call already. You see? You say the phone call's ringing. It's the holidays. Yo.
Oh boy.
Yeah, CJ.
Here we go.
Here we go. You got to get Joe working.
Oh my God.
I know Mixon is. I know he's a running back. You can't run all day. All right. You gotta go and do your thing. You gotta talk to your coach, and you gotta get those weaves out of your hair. Yeah. And tell your defense to do something about your defense. Yeah. Thanks. All right.
That ringtone is borderline offensive. It's funny as hell, though.
It worked for me. You know what? The only reason I'm going to take the Dolphins, the fish this week, is because I have Tua in my fantasy league. I'm number 2 seed in the fantasy league, Harris. I won 12 straight games in fantasy, Harris. I went 12-2. I'm going to go with the fish, and I'm going to take them to win. I'm going to say 28-23.
28-23. Mike goes with Dolphins, and he'll take the over. Brian.
I'm kind of on the same page as you guys. Mixon's been not reporting lately, and Miami's rush defense is 7th in the NFL, so it's even going to be harder this week. I think Miami's offensive line is better than Houston's offensive line, and Tua is a better quarterback than CJ right now.
Yeah.
So I've got Miami 25, Houston 18.
25-18 is that 45?
43.
43. Yeah, I got you. Brian will take Dolphins, and he will go with the under. All right, coming back to me. We got the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens. This is the biggest spread we've had all season long, folks. 14 and a hook. And they're heading to the Giants. 43 and a half. And I'm thinking this. Guess what? Not only do I think the Ravens cover this game, I think the game's going to stay under the total. I really do. I think it's going to be the craziest thing ever. Ravens 36, Giants 6. I think it's just that easy. I just don't see what the Giants are going to score. 43 and a half.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 36-6. I'll go under the total. Tim.
Just saw this on CBS Sports Bottom Line. Looks like Cutlets is getting the start for the Giants.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's the Claws will eat the Cutlets up or tear them all apart. Baltimore 38, Giants 13.
38-13. Tim goes Ravens, and he'll go over the total. Michael.
All right, Boomer. I know Tommy Cutlets is starting. All I have to say is, boom! What's Vegas' over underline?
43 and a half.
43 and a half? What are they, a freaking dope? Oh my God. We got the number one pick for a reason. Ravens 34, Giants 3. Derrick Henry is going to run for 170 yards.
What was your score again?
Ravens 34, Giants 3.
34.
34-3.
34.
Okay, he'll go under the. Yeah, go for it, Brian.
Looking at the Ravens injury list, there's nobody on the injury list, so they're completely healthy. New York allows 140 yards rushing every game. Derrick Henry will probably get at least that by himself. I was thinking Drew Lock was better than Tommy Cutlass, but he played 2 games, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I've got Baltimore winning 28-17, so I'm going over, but it's supposed to be cold and wet, I think, in New York, so that might even the score a little bit.
So you'll take the Giants into 14 and a half points in.
Yeah.
All right.
Baltimore
So Brian,
winning, Giants.
yeah. So he'll take the Giants and go over the total 43 and a half. Harris.
Derrick Henry will be over 200 yards in this game. Ravens blow them out 37-10 as long as Harbaugh don't do something stupid.
Well, he does something stupid just about every week.
You're right.
All right. We're going to
Still got a
Tim.
job, I don't know.
Cincinnati Bengals, who actually put a little, I guess, finishing touches on the Cowboys, if you want to call it that this week. I don't know if the Cowboys still had a lot of hope left, but they're 5-point favorites heading to Tennessee to play the Titans. 48 straight. Tim.
And this is where I may be a little out of line, and I think I just changed this for maybe the better. And
Are they playing Carolina, Dallas?
Who?
Carolina's
No,
playing-
we got the Bengals and Titans here in this game. Bengals.
Oh, Bengals.
I was just talking about how the Bengals polished off the Cowboys
okay.
season.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
kind of debating on what I want the Cincinnati score to be. I'll keep the original that I had. The Titans defense actually seems okay, but I'll say Cincinnati 33, Tennessee 16.
33-16. That will be Bengals, Tim, and over. Is this sounding okay now?
Yeah,
Is it?
you're good. You're good.
10-4, 10-4, 10-4. Okay.
You're good.
All right. Because I just realized I just turned the damn thing on. I've been talking through that and still here.
Okay.
All right. Mike.
Yeah.
Bengals 5-point favorites.
I wish that the Bengals would wear those white uniforms with the white helmets. They are so cool, and they would be fun for this kind of a game. Oh my God, Will Levis. There are so many bad quarterbacks in this league. Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Burrow, at least Burrow's got to get new carpeting. Joey B's got to get some new carpeting to wear. That was not. It could have been better. He should have diamonds instead of straight horizontal. It looked like he was wearing a carpet Monday night. But either way, Burrow's going to have a good game against Tennessee's defense, and the Bengals finally will do what they're supposed to do with them. I'm going to go Bengals 31, Titans 16.
31-16 is 47.
Mhm.
Mike will take the Bengals, and he will just go under the total. Brian.
Tennessee just doesn't have any offense. They've for the last 2 seasons they're averaging about 12.5 points a game. Joe Burrow's got some interesting employees in his house. His house got broke into, and one of the employees,
Yeah, I heard about that.
Olivia Platoon, the swimsuit model, is the one who called the police. Interesting employee. I think Cincinnati is going to cut loose Trey Hendrickson on Tennessee, and Will Levis will make some mistakes. It's going to be Cincinnati 32 and Tennessee 18.
32-18 is 50 all day long. Brian will take the Bengals, and he'll go over the total. Harris.
The difference in this game is Jamar Chase.
There you go.
Period. And Michael, he is on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
You know, that 40-yarder at the end of the game won my division for me
There you go.
and
That's
gave
a-
me the 2 seed.
He's going to
That's
get paid
a-
next year.
That's a win.
I want to say this too. Burrow, if he was anywhere else, he might be in the MVP talk. He's had that
Mhm.
kind of year. He really has quietly.
Yep.
That said,
It's the MVP for carpeting.
I'm going Cincinnati 37-14.
37-14. Harris takes the Bengals, and he goes over the total. Yeah, the problem is, Harris, the Bengals have guys on the other side of the ball, and they don't know what the damn ball looks like. Which way they go? Which way they? I'm serious. The Bengals defense, to me, is a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. They play like trash, and that's why the Bengals offense is not doing any better than they are.
That's why
No.
Travis Hunter is sitting at the top of their line, at the top of their big board.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what needs to be OT and OG at the top of their line, because their offensive line sucks. And if they don't start protecting him, he's going to take a hit, and that could be the end of another year. And that's not what you want right now.
And they don't have an offensive lineman on their board until 8th right now.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, but Bengals may not pick before 8 though, and you know they may take one, but they cover this game. The Titans just, I mean, you talk about sad, man. Think about it. They gave Derrick Henry away for a cup of coffee,
Coffee.
and
They gave him the beans. They
That's
gave
well
him
played,
the
Michael. That's well
coffee.
played.
they really did get screwed on that deal. They did, and then I don't know. They've had 3 quarterbacks, and the one they traded that goes to Green Bay ends up having the damn best year of all of them. Now he's played 3 games. Bengals win this game 24-10. I think it's gonna be low scoring because I think the Titans defense can play a little bit, but their offense stinks, man. So I'll go Bengals and the under. All right, we go to Mike now. Mike, the Dallas Cowboys. They're coming to the East Coast to play the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, as of just a little while ago, went back down to 1 point. But before the season started, if you looked at the line, it was 7.5.
The other way.
The Cowboys were favored the other way. They was favored by them 7.5, and it went as low as 2.5. But I understand Chuba
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah,
Chuba.
he got an injury in practice this week, but
really?
he should start. He should be able to start. That's why it went back down to 1. Cowboys, Panthers -1, 43. Mike.
You know, that just sounds, to me, it sounds like a pick'em game. You know, the Cowgirls were embarrassed on national television again. Thank God they're not home, because you know what?
Makes them a better team.
That sounds like Jerry running away from everything. I'll do it one more time. Okay? Let me tell you something. I saw that on Monday night. Him sitting in his chair. He looks like one of those old men sitting in his chair. Don't know what the hell is going on or watching the world passing him by. Do you know how exciting that game was Monday night? They had a show art at Jerryland. Art. Who cares about art? You know, you're watching football. Poor Joe, poor Troy. They had to deal with all that garbage. The high school football playoffs are going to be more exciting there next week. Oh, my God. I think Carolina's going to pull an upset. I think they do. I think they're going to beat them. I think they're going to beat them 24-20.
24-20. Mike goes with the over. Line is 43. Yep.
Yeah.
Brian.
Carolina's had 3 straight one-score losses.
Sorry, Brian.
Dallas, for last week was the first time they had their 3 best defensive backs together in the secondary. And that may cause Bryce Young a little bit of trouble, but Bryce Young's playing pretty well. But I also expect Cooper Rush to have a good day as well. Both these teams' run defense isn't very good. I've got Dallas winning the game, though, 27-25.
That's an odd
27. 25. 27-25 is 52. So Brian goes with the Cowboys, and he goes over the total. Harris.
Only because
Harris.
they're on the road, I will take the Cowboys to win this game. 24-23.
24, 23, 47. Harris goes with the over. You know, I looked at everything across the board there, and I think Rush is a little bit better quarterback right now than Young. I think Young has got a lot of ceiling to him yet to where he can be a lot better. But, man, those linebackers that Dallas possess, they can do a lot of damage. And if one of them hits Young one time, we may see a little bit of a twist in things. I'm taking the Cowboys. A small upset, if you want to call it that. 21-17. I take the Cowboys. I will go under the total.
And the
Yeah.
Cowboys still have another injury, too, by the way.
And
Really?
think that the Panthers were a dropped,
17.
wide open catch away from beating the Eagles last week.
Yep.
And so I'm going to say they complete the job this week. I originally had this to be 24-23 Carolina, but because it was a 1-point spread now, I'm adjusting to 24-21 Carolina.
All right. 24-21. Tim takes Carolina. He'll go with the over. All right, we'll go to Brian now. We got the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 3-point favorites, going down to Jacksonville, the AEWs. And 40.5 is the total. Have at it, Brian.
The Jets have blown 5 fourth-quarter leads. So it's pretty common they run out of gas in the fourth quarter. Out of the playoffs now for the 14th straight year. No other team in professional sports have suffered that ignominious.
That's right.
They were close, though.
Who's close?
Sabres.
Oh, okay.
The Sabres.
Jacksonville, Mac Jones, little short passes. I just trust Aaron Rodgers more than I do Mac Jones. So I got Jets winning a low scoring game 17-13.
17-13. That is 30. So Brian goes with the Jets, and he will go with the under. Harris.
I think this is going to be the first game Brian and I are different on.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm even going lower scoring in this game. I'm going 9-6 Jacksonville.
No touchdown.
Harris is almost going with the over, but not quite this week. He will go with he will hit the 15-point total. I'm like it. Hey, look, guys. What do the Jets do at least? They do score some points. They're going to put 20 on the board, I think. And then I go back and look. Those poor bastards down in Jacksonville, they don't put 20 on the board ever. That was enough for me. Jets 24-10. I'm going under the total, but yeah, I think the Jets win this game. I just think I just don't know where Jacksonville scores points. Tim.
I agree, and they may move the ball a little bit, but not. They might get to the red zone once or twice, but I think the drives are going to stall there, maybe 3 times. I got the Jets 17. The Jaguar, the learning trees 9.
The learning tree.
Oh, all right, good. Tim goes with the Jets in the under. Michael, go for it.
Oh my God! Trevor's not there. Rodgers is crying and complaining. Let me ask you this: Rodgers wanted his coach and his general manager. What happened? They got fired. He wanted Devontae Adams. What has he done?
Nothing.
Oh, I hear crickets. He doesn't talk about what's his name, Garrett Wilson. I hear crickets. And who's that safety? You know, I keep forgetting.
Sauce Gardner.
Which one?
Cornerback. Sauce Gardner.
Oh yeah,
Cornerback.
Sauce. The only thing Sauce is he's good for is putting it on spaghetti. That's how bad he is. Okay. Yeah. You know, Tony made a big announcement about, speaking of AEW, Tony made an announcement. He's putting this shows in small arenas except for pay-per-views. But that's another story. Jacksonville 21. Rodgers team 13. Goodbye, Jets. You know, I can't see them winning.
Yeah, Jacksonville's they can screw themselves out of an early pick.
So Mike goes with Jacksonville and the under. We got a Harris. No. I'm sorry. Yeah. You did start that one, didn't you, Brian?
Yes.
We go to Harris. The Kansas City Chiefs. 6-point favorites going on the road to Cleveland. Coming to Tim Town.
Oh, my God.
6-point favorites.
These guys
44. 44.
These guys have got to finally get it together. You know, they haven't blown anybody out all year, have they?
Nope.
No. Well, it
really.
might start this week. Kansas City 30-17.
30-17. Harris goes with the Chiefs, and he will go over the total. And you know what? This is not going to be the easiest team to blow out because the Browns do have a damn good defense. I'm not sure their defense is not a little bit better than the Chiefs right now. I would put the Browns in the top 5 defenses right now. And that defensive end they got, he's a chore. I watched him play. What's his name?
Yeah, he's good.
Garrett. Hey, you damn right he is. And now they even mentioned this week sometime on NFL Network, he may line up in a couple different positions this week. This could be interesting. I'm not sold on the Browns offense doing nothing. I just don't think they will. 6, I think it's too much. The hell, they hadn't been covering all year. 20-17, Chiefs win, but I'm taking the Browns in the points, man. I'll tell you what, it's 6 points. I just think it's too much. Tim.
Rob, since you sort of teased our Christmas show in a couple weeks, I'll give you a little sneak preview. I saw Jameis throwing picks this year. He can't seem to throw to his own team.
Oh, my God.
So, with that being said, Kansas City they looked atrocious. Like, Mahomes doesn't have time to throw. They look like disjointed. And somehow they still got to win Sunday night.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chiefs against my better judgment, 23-14.
23-14, 37. Tim will take the Chiefs, and he will go with the under. Michael.
Oh, I just looked at something on my phone, and do you know that this game is going to be shown in 85% of the country? 85%!
Yep. And because Swifty
Yes.
might come to Cleveland because the Kelseys are from here.
Oh, God. What a. Oh.
And the tour.
Brownie the elf is going to show up for Santa this week.
85% of the country. Brian, I want you to think about that while you're watching it. Most of us are going to be saying the same thing. Anyway, Jameis is going to keep this game close. I hate to say it. Is there going to be snow in KC?
No, it's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland. I don't think it's
No,
supposed to be.
I don't
Is
believe
it-
they're
Mid
is it gonna
40s
snow
and
in-
maybe
Is it going to be
rain.
snow in Cleveland? No.
No.
It's going to be cold there, isn't it?
Mid 40s.
Let me see if I can get you a weather report here.
I think Jameis is going to surprise a lot of people on national TV. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be the Travis Taylor team 28.
Travis Kelce, you mean?
Travis Taylor.
The
Travis Taylor
Travis
is the running
Taylor
back for
team
the-
28. Yep. And the Jameis team 24.
They're
28-24. So that'll be the Browns. He'll take the Browns. Mike will, and he will go over the total.
75% chance of rain and 45 for a high on Sunday here in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Jameis.
Hey,
and
so
Jameis is
that's just a nice fall day.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Go for it, Brian. Tell us what's going on, bud.
Let's see. The Browns are going to wear their white uniforms with white helmets. Chiefs will be in red.
Oh,
red.
yay.
I don't know what the deal is with Kansas City this year. They either sold their souls to Satan or else God's a Chiefs fan. Every week it's the same thing. It's another miracle. You see all these Fumble Rooski commercials or the
Oh,
Fumble
yeah.
Rooski commercials.
Bumble
I'm not saying that.
They've had a Fumble Rooski. They've had the toe out of the end zone Rooski. They've had a block kick Rooski. They've had everything that you could think of to change the end of a game, and they've come out on top every time. They still have problems at left tackle. DJ Humphries was obviously not ready to play yet and went out of the game with a hamstring. They're pretty non-committal about whether he'll be able to play next week. He hasn't played for the better part of the year. He may be practicing. I don't know if he'll be out there or not. The other option is to move Joe Thuney to the left side. I don't know what they're going to figure out something. My best guess, and what I would suggest, is put two defensive linemen across Myles Garrett, or two offensive linemen across. In other words, to have if Humphries can't play, then put 64 there, and then Joe Thuney, and then Caliendo at left guard, and just always have two guys on Myles Garrett because he can destroy that game in a
Yes.
heartbeat. I was at a game where Derek Thomas, where he got a 7-sack game, and we could see that next week if the Chiefs don't really do something special to control Myles Garrett. I think they can.
Because Garrett's probably a defensive player of the year right now, if we think about it. He's close to it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I just know that Wanya Morris can't handle him. And what Wanya Morris has been playing with a badly bruised knee. They got to get that part right, or they will lose. I think they'll come up with something, and I think they're going to win the game 23-19. Jameis has turned the ball over 3 times in each of the last 3 weeks. I think that will continue. I can see a lot of pressure on him.
So you're going to take the Browns minus a plus of 6?
I'm taking the Browns. I think Kansas City wins, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Brian will take the Browns, and he will go under the total. Coming back to me
Hold
now.
up. You mind if I ask something real quick? So that game that Derek Thomas had the 7 sacks, of course, the Chiefs lost that game. Do you remember who caught the game-winning touchdown for Seattle?
Yeah, Chiefs lost that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
You know who caught
Jim.
the game-winning
Was
touchdown
it
for Seattle?
Was it Largent?
No, it was not.
Who was
Sean
it?
Alexander. Sean.
No. Paul Scanzi.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God, there's a name.
Yeah, Chiefs lost that game. I was sitting there with my brother-in-law watching that game, and I was bragging on Derek Thomas about halftime, saying that he could take over this game. Boy, did he! But we still lost.
Yeah. And the one he missed was the one they threw the winning touchdown on.
Yeah.
He could have had 8.
Could have
Just
been
missed. Hey,
very,
go ahead,
it
Rob.
was very close.
That's all right.
We might see that again
We'll get to
with-
Buffalo
with
Bill.
Myles Garrett.
We got Buffalo Bills. They are in a good and pissed mood coming from the West Coast. They're going to play Detroit, who stays in a pissed mood. Detroit's a 2-point favorite in this game, 53 and a hook. And I tell you what, I am going to be on the island because I feel this one now. Everybody around here is big Detroit. I tell you what, I think Buffalo is coming to here with a damn purpose. I think they're not walking out of this stadium without winning the ball game. 2 points or not, I don't need the 2 points. 26-23, that's 49 points. I will take the Buffalo Bills straight the hell up, and I will go under, and I'll be on my island. Call me Gilligan. Go for it, Tim.
No, it's okay because the Bills do have a history of beating really good teams. Just see that game against the Chiefs. But I will stay with the Lions, and they're sometimes close games. In fact, I'll call overtime for this one. 27-24, Detroit.
27-24, and that'll be 51. So Tim goes with the Lions, and he will go with the under. Michael.
I hate to tell you this, Rob. You're not on the island. I think Dan Campbell's focusing too much on his TV commercials and his fame and all his speeches and all that. Remember, I saw Dan Campbell play as a Giant, and it could be like that. You're not on the island. Right now, the best quarterback in the game is Josh Allen. He knows what he's doing. He's indoors, so he doesn't have to freeze like he used to in Wyoming. And it's gonna be one of those games. That's a game that should be on national television.
It
But-
should be, yeah.
It should be, but it's not.
We got it.
We
So
got
we-
it scary.
You're not getting that game.
Buffalo, Buffalo 30, Detroit 20.
30-20. So Mike goes with the Bills, and he still will go with the under because it's 53 and a half. Brian.
The way that the Los Angeles Rams dominated the Buffalo's defensive front was really eye-opening to me. And Detroit's got an even better offensive line than the Los Angeles Rams. So that's kind of scaring me for Buffalo's chances. And then the head coach, he made a huge mistake at the end of that game. Buffalo did when he tried that cute quarterback sneak and ended up using a timeout, which guaranteed he wasn't going to get the ball back. So I actually think Detroit's better coached than Buffalo is. Detroit's just too physical for them, I think. I got Detroit winning high scoring game 35-30.
35-30. Brian has the Lions, and he'll go over. Harris, break your tie.
I'm right along there with Brian. I mean, it's going to be a high-scoring game. Allen could be the difference, but I really think Detroit offensive line is going to step up and dominate this game. 37-28 Detroit.
37-28. Harris takes the Lions, and he will go over the total as well. All right. We're going to Tim. Pennsylvania. That's the matchup. Steelers heading to Philly to play the Eagles. Eagles 4.5-point favorites. 43 and a hook. Have at it, Tim.
Oh, this should be a fantastic game. I don't care what the weather is going to be. The biggest key will be, can the Eagles run against the Steeler defense? Because if Barkley gets going, then that opens up a lot of stuff for the Eagles' offense. Russell Wilson's played fine the last few weeks. I have a feeling it might be like 23-20 in the early in the fourth quarter. Then Philadelphia will put a touchdown on to seal it up. 30-20 Eagles.
30-20 Eagles. So Tim goes Eagles, and he will go with the over. Let's go for Michael.
Michael, are we playing Rocky and Bullwinkle here or something?
I found the sound effect site.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh,
it's going to be. I can see why.
All right,
that's the
Mike,
natural.
you might want to cut.
All right.
Yeah.
Charge it. The Russell Wilson's against the Jalen Hurts. Who's home? I forget. Who's home?
Eagles are home.
Eagles
4.5
Eagles are home.
favorites.
So the Steeler fans.
Eagles are home.
Some of the Steeler fans, some of them will bring their terrible towels. Some of them, okay? Right now, the biggest thing going in Philadelphia is the Philadelphia people that do the Christmas stuff. They have another album. They are the best-selling album in the country right now for Christmas, okay? Take that, Mariah Carey. Jason Kelsey and his bunch are doing their thing. Philly should have green towels to contradict the Steeler fans with their terrible towels. It is going to be a great game. I think Barkley's going to run for maybe 90 yards. I don't think he's going to run for under 100, but he's going to run for 90. I think Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown maybe catch a touchdown pass. Russell Wilson meet the Philadelphia defense. Eagles 27, Steelers 13.
27-13. That's 40. Wow. Mike takes the Eagles, and he'll go under the total. Brian.
Back when I was a kid, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh used to play each other twice a year. Now Pittsburgh has played 10 times since 1965 in Philadelphia, and they've lost all 10 games. Pittsburgh, they got a great defense, and it's going to be a challenge for Barkley. And the other thing, one thing that's worrying me about Philadelphia is it was about this time last year where they went into a total collapse because of dissension on the team that Sirianni didn't handle well. And last week, A.J. Brown complaining about not getting enough targets and Sirianni not handling it well. You got, Brandon Graham stepping in and saying, well, the Hurts and A.J., they don't like each other and all this stuff. All this stuff's coming out. Why does it need to come out? I mean, just like Shanahan said about Deebo Samuel, this stuff should be kept in-house. There's no reason for it to come out. So I'm worried that Philadelphia is getting in the same mode as they got in last year, and they will collapse. But the talent on that team and the interior of their defense is so good. Like I am beating Pittsburgh this week, 24-17, but I wouldn't be surprised if the collapse starts.
24-17-41. So Brian takes the Eagles. Oh, yeah, you're taking the Eagles and the under. Harris.
The Eagles still have a shot at the 1 seed. Okay. Going into this week last year, as
So does Pittsburgh, though.
Huh?
Pittsburgh still got a shot at the 1 seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a good shot. Chiefs have to play 3 games in 10 days.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not going to be easy.
And one of them is Pittsburgh, right?
One of them is Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, so straight heads up right there changes things a lot.
Yeah. But Pittsburgh's also 2 games back right now. Philadelphia's 1 game back. All right. And I really get the feeling if Philadelphia does not win a Super Bowl this year, Sirianni's out. It's win or go home this year for him. I really do. I've got Philadelphia winning a squeaker here. 35-34.
35-34. So Harris will take the Steelers side points-wise, and he will go with the over here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Somebody somebody I think is going to come into play big time this week named Darius Slade Jr. That the passing attack from Pittsburgh is there, but it's not that great. If they don't run the football, they don't have a chance in hell. And I don't think they can run the football on the Eagles team. Where Saquon Barkley, I think you could put 15 on the defense, and he'll still find a way to get some yards. Now, he may not get 100. I'm not going to say he's going to get 100 because Pittsburgh defense is a hell of a defense. Philly wins this game, but they're not going to cover 4.5. I think 4.5 is too damn much. 23-19. Philly wins, but they do not cover. So I'll take the Steelers and the points, and I will go under. Yeah, 23, what did I say? 23-19, that's 42. Yep, 23-19, I'll go under the total. Now we go to Michael. Michael, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you look at them and you're like, hey, they're just a pretty good team. They've beaten the damn Eagles. They've beaten some decent, really good teams this year. Now they're going to go travel to the Chargers. Now, we realize Tampa lost their receivers and all that a few weeks ago. Chargers are 3-point favorites in this ballgame, 46 and a hook. Have at it, Michael.
Just an FYI, there was just a breaking story that Jalen and AJ have talked it over and that things are going to get better on Sunday. Well, Baker gets to go back to California. Joy to the world. You know, I wish there was a way. I got to give Sophie credit. Sophie seems to be a really nice stadium, and all these teams like to go out there and play. They're going to play indoors. This is the game I think could be the track meet, okay? I think it's going to be real close. I think it's going to go – no, it's not going to go in overtime. I think a field goal wins it. And just because my nephew is a fan, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers 31-30.
31-30, Buccaneers. Mike goes with Bucks, and he will go with the over. Go for it, Brian.
Does anybody know if McConkey's playing for Chargers?
If
He was
not,
out last week. Quentin Johnson's been getting better. He's a decent receiver.
Quentin Johnson's been getting what 5-6 catches a game here.
Yeah, but
He's
McConkey
still limited at practice, so
still limited at practice. Okay.
Okay.
They don't have J.K. Dobbins, and they've only been able to run the ball for 77 yards in each of the last 3 games. So that's not cool because they were putting so much focus on their running game this year. Jim Harbaugh really wanted to run the football. Tampa, on the other hand, they've won 3 in a row, and they've averaged their running games average 181 yards per game. Rashad Wright and Bucky Irving are two very talented running backs. Rashad White's from Center High School in Kansas City. There's a cool story about how he came from a poor family, and there was a kid, I think a KU student that became a big brother to him when he was little, and helped him along. And they still talk to each other every day like brothers. But anyway, I like Tampa in this game. You got 2 good quarterbacks. Herbert's very good, and so does Baker. But the running game for the Chargers is kind of falling on its face, and Tampa's hasn't. So I got Tampa winning 21-18.
21. Tampa winning 21-18. That'll be 39. So Brian will take your Bucks, and he'll go with the under. Go for it, Mr. Harris.
I've been taking Baker the last few weeks, but I can't not take my favorite hardball this week.
He's a way better coach as well.
I've got the Chargers at home. I'm going to take the LA Chargers 27-10.
Harris,
38.
did you see Jim Harbaugh's quote after he lost to the Chiefs? He quoted a poet and said, "I've been wounded, I'm gonna lay in the field and bleed for a while, but we will rise again.
What is he?
True.
God.
He's a good coach. He knows
Yeah,
what he's
he
doing.
is. I'm like this about this ball game.
The lush.
I just now who'd you take? Harris.
I took Chargers 27-10.
All right, I forgot to put that in. So Chargers and the under. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be kind of a track meet, and I think the Chargers are gonna find a way to pull one out right here at the end of the game. I think they're gonna be down 26-23, and then they're going to get a last-second touchdown. They may even pop an extra point through 30-26. Chargers, and I will go with the over. Tim.
I will not be following this little choo-choo train here. Once again, poor running game, and it just, I don't know. Although the Chargers look like they could definitely move the ball down the field, passing game against the Chiefs, but I'll say Buccaneers 29, Chargers 23.
See, you're not on the island.
23. Tim will take the Buccaneers. Brian took the Bucks too, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't I take Tim?
You did. All three of you did. So
Yeah,
Tim takes Buccaneers, and he goes over the total. Harris, game of the week right here for you. We got the New England Patriots traveling down to Arizona. Arizona, 6.5-point favorites. The big 45 and a hook. Coming to you, brother.
It's sad. Arizona still has a shot to win the damn division.
I know.
You know, what's even sadder is they get to play New England, who's got to travel from the Northeast. Arizona, 28-17.
28-17. That's 45. You're taking the Cardinals. And he will go under the 45 and a hook. He took 45. This one took me a little while to think about it. And I was like, you know what? What's the best part of the Patriots game? It's their defensive backs and they're rushing the passer. They're pretty good at that. The rest of their game's not much. They do have a decent quarterback, but I don't trust this field. We know this damn field is not my favorite down there in Arizona. 6.5 though is just too much. I think Arizona wins this game, 24-20. But it's too many points, man. It's just too many points. I'll take the Patriots and the 6.5, and I'm going to go under the total. But I think the Cardinals win the game, but 6.5, nah, I ain't gonna go that far. Tim.
Harris, I swear I'm not copying off your paper. I did write these down the night before. I have the Cardinals 27, Patriots 17.
27-17. Tim gets the Cardinals, and he will go
Sad, isn't
under the total. Mike.
Oh, I don't know. This is a game that I wish I could avoid this game. I don't like either team, so it's gonna be fun. I hopefully won't have to watch a lot of it on Red Zone, thank God. Oh, Arizona, you're gonna see a whole bunch of Northerners, all these snowbirds going down to Arizona, rooting for the Patriots, and even Double B might even have a say in this game for some stupid reason. Kyler Murray, he runs. He doesn't know how to throw. The only person he knows how to throw it to is my buddy Marvin Harrison, who's
not throwing it to him enough either.
Huh?
And they're not throwing it to him enough.
I know. So, with that in mind, it's going to be a close game. And I'm going to take, like Harris said, the Cardinals can still win this division. If they win this division, it's the word parody is going to be one of the top new words in the English language. Okay, if it isn't already, I'm going to say Cardinals 27, Patriots 20.
27-20. He actually has the Cardinals covering. Mike does, and he's going to go over the total. First one to go over the total. Brian.
Arizona has been scuffling lately. They've lost their last 3 games. Overall, they're 4-3 at home. Drake May has been getting a little better each week, but I just don't see the Patriots going across country, going down to Arizona and winning this game. So I got Arizona 31 and the Patriots 20.
31-20. So Brian will take the Cardinals, and he will go with the over. All right. Let's see. Is it coming back to me now? Yep. We got the Indianapolis Colts going to the Denver Broncos, one of the late games this week, one of the 4 o'clock game. I think it's 4:25 game.
Yeah.
Broncos are 4-point favorites in this ball game, 43.5. And all I've been hearing all week is Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix. How about Indianapolis defense, Denver defense, Indianapolis defense, Denver defense, and nobody's going to get a hell of a lot on the board because Richardson, we're not even talking about him except we're talking about a scrub. He's not. Yeah, 19-12, Broncos win and cover. I will go under the total. I just don't think this. It could be a fun game. 19-12 wouldn't be a scoregami, I don't think. But
I can look that up for you.
But I think this could be a game that could be interesting just because both teams' defenses may score be on display here. I think it could be good.
Yeah. The 19s are all taken up except for like 19-4 or 19-2. So
All right. Go for it, Tim. Put a 19-4.
I actually think it's going to be a little higher scoring than that. Nix could lead them down the field. I think he will a few times. And who knows, Richardson might walk into a touchdown pass or two, and then, of course, they still have Jonathan Taylor. So I'm saying Denver, 28, Indianapolis, 23.
28-23. That is Tim and the over. Michael.
No, wait. All right. Hello? Double B, you finally reached me. Hey, I know, I was just talking about your team. You recall it? Yeah, I know this Bo Nix guy. I don't know. You wish you could have somebody who plays 8 years in college and stuff like that. But you're 72 years old. How the heck you going to run this team? Okay. You got the manifesto? Uh-huh. Just don't get in touch with Mackie Brown. Mackie will probably go back to ESPN and do his college stuff. Uh-huh. Bye, Bill. Merry Christmas to you and your 26-year-old hottie. Bye. Right? She's 26 or something? Yeah, but Rob, I'm sorry. Bo Nix. They're playing in Denver. It's going to be cold. Richardson's going to get white. Okay? Denver, 27. I'm sorry. Yeah, Denver, 27. The McAfees, 10.
27-10. Michael goes Broncos, and he'll go with the under. Brian.
Denver is 6-1 against the spread as a favorite. And I think their secondary is just too good for Anthony Richardson. 49% passer. He's going to be facing one of the best secondaries he's ever faced. Plus, they can put pressure on him with their rush. That Bonito is becoming a star in this league as a pass rusher.
It's the Browns.
Oh, he was great against the Chiefs. He killed us. I got a little more points than you, Rob. I think Bo will lead them to 26 points, and I got Indianapolis with 20.
Because Michael, all you have to do is believe.
26,
Well, the Broncos are
Right.
unbelievable.
26 to 20.
Yeah, we believe in Bo, that's for sure.
So 26-20,
Denver
Brian.
does.
Yes. Denver.
Oh,
And
right.
Sean.
That's Broncos and over. Harris, tell us why the Colts are going to do it.
A Broncos win this week and a Dolphins loss could
Puts.
solidify all 7 playoff teams in the AFC.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
The Colts lose, the Dolphins lose. They're both at 6 and 8. Everybody else could possibly be at 9 and 5
Yeah.
with 3 to go. All right. That being said, I do believe, and I think I have a scoregami for you, Tim.
All right. Shoot.
32-15 Broncos.
32.
That would be a
15. I don't think
scoregami.
it's-
Yes, it would.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Yep.
Okay.
32-15 would be a scoregami.
Harris takes the Broncos, and he will go over the total.
Still better than 14-11.
3 more games now. We got a Sunday night game, and we got 2 Monday night games, and then we've got our locks. Don't forget that, guys. Tim, the Sunday night game, the Green Bay Packers, 3-point favorites, heading to Seattle, the 12th man. Boom, boom, boom. 47 is the total. Have at it, my friend.
And I just actually changed my score on this because, well, Green Bay wants. I think Green Bay is going to put up some points, but I'll say, and Seattle will keep this close, in my opinion. Green
3
Bay
points.
27, Seattle 21.
27-21. That is 48. So you're taking Green Bay. Tim is taking Green Bay, and he's going with the over. Michael.
I wish Seattle had a better running game. How do you rely on Kenneth Walker III? He gets hurt a lot. He underperforms. Seattle's got great receivers. And Jordan and Geno Smith is just, the Jets should be kicking themselves from here to the Hackensack River for what they did with him. I don't know. And Jordan Love's got who's that receiver? That number
Watson.
9 receiver.
Watson.
Yes, Watson. He catches the ball for 45 yards, and then he drops a 2 or 3 yard pass. Figure that one out. And then Jones. How many fumbles is he going to get this week? He fumbles the ball every single week. Thank God he doesn't have to deal with okay. All right. Thank God he doesn't have to deal with Rodgers and stuff, but Jordan Love's good. But Seattle's the home team. The 12th man is the difference. Seattle 24, Green Bay 21.
24-21. Mike will take his Seahawks, and he will go with the under. Brian.
Mike, Seattle's running game has been pretty good the last 2 weeks. And that's Zach Charbonnet, 193 yards those 2 weeks. So that's not bad.
38 fantasy points.
Yeah. But still, and Green Bay's lost their last 4 games in Seattle that they played. But I like Jordan Love in this game. And I think overall Green Bay, they play in a much tougher division. They've been battle tested. I think Green Bay wins this game 27 to Seattle 23.
27-23. You're taking the Packers in the over.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, go with the over. And we've got Harris.
Yeah, Green Bay, like Brian said, plays in the toughest division in the NFL right now. So they are battle tested. They're going into probably the hardest place to play in the league. Why people struggle to go to Seattle, I don't know. This will be a close game. I got it a 1-point game. 21-20, Green Bay.
21-20. So you'll take your Seahawks plus the 3. Harris will. So 21-20, you'll go with the under. You know what? I still think with Seattle being into the division race, they're going to play this week.
Oh yeah.
I think they are going to come out guns a-blazing in Seattle. That's in the middle of damn nowhere anyway. We know that. You're almost ready to go up to damn Canada. Yeah, I like Seattle straight up in this game. I think this is one time the Packers are going to feel like they kind of lost. 24-20. I will go Seahawks, and I will go with the under in this ballgame. I like them pretty good in this game. We go to Michael. Monday Night Football. The Chicago Bears heading to Minnesota to play the Vikings. The Vikings, 6.5-point favorites. 44 is the total.
Oh, Caleb against Sam. I still have that prediction. I still have that thought that Sam, my man, is going to get hurt, and Danny Dimes is going to come in and save the day. Yeah, right.
What the hell you been smoking, dude?
Huh?
What have you been smoking?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh,
you don't want to know.
oh
You know,
shit.
gotta get ready for Saturday night's main event too. It's going to be at
It's
the
legal.
Boston.
It must be.
I'll
It's
share,
legal.
Mike.
Folks, it's legal in Texas. Okay. All right. I don't know.
Nah, Sam Miami and Justin Jefferson are going to teach the Chicago defense what a winning team is all about. Caleb is going to throw 3 interceptions. Jefferson's going to have a game. Minnesota in a rout, 27-14.
27-14. That is 41. So Michael will take the Vikings. He'll go with the under. Brian.
Sam Darnold threw for 5 touchdowns last week against Atlanta. A lot of wide open receivers, though. I don't know what Atlanta was doing back in their secondary. It was horrible defense. But Darnold is rolling along, so is the team in general. Chicago got 4 yards in the first half. You talk about a team not showing up, and they gave up 319. Man, I was not expecting that at all.
No.
Minnesota 27, Chicago 14.
27-14. Is that the same score Mike gave?
Same score as mine.
Oh, okay.
I read
Right.
Brian's sheet.
And he'll go Vikings and under. Harris.
You know, Jefferson makes Darnold look so much better. Point blank. And I'm a little mad that I didn't trade for Darnold when I had a shot in my fantasy league. Regardless, about 6 weeks ago, I think I sat here and said all 4 teams in this division have a shot to make the playoffs. And from that point on, it's been for Chicago. Okay, Thanksgiving
Five
Day.
in a row.
Hey,
Thanksgiving
Detroit
Day.
called. They left the time out there.
Yeah, well, Thanksgiving Day sealed the deal. Okay. Now, whoever's coaching this team right now, he better start looking for a job because his interimship is just that, interim. Minnesota wins this game 31-17.
31.
I've heard Ben Johnson's name floated as the next coach for Chicago, the offensive coordinator at Detroit.
No, Kirby Smart, baby. Kirby
Kirby.
Smart.
Kirby
He-
Smart.
he-
Kirby
he-
Smart. Kirby Smart. It's already been released that they think that he's going to the Jets. I mean the Giants. I'm sorry. Giants. Some people say he's already signed the paper. Some people say he's already signed it. We'll see. We'll see. And effective January 1 too. So if it is effective, then that he will have to leave his post before he gets done. And with the playoffs, if he's still in it, right there. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. The Bears are in some shit shape right now. So I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I know. I know Keith likes Williams. I just don't see it. I just do not see it right now. I mean, this guy, he's playing like a crappy kid that they got rid of to bring him in there. What was his name? That went to Pittsburgh.
Justin
Justin
Fields.
Russell.
Fields.
Justin Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields.
Oh, Justin, that's right.
And Fields touches the field. Justin Fields touches the field twice for the Steelers every week. He goes up there and runs the ball twice, and then they say, okay, enough of you. We're not letting you throw the football. Williams is a danger throwing the football if you're a Bears fan, because there's a damn good chance it's going into the other team's hands. 26-17. I like the Vikings in this ball game. I'm just going under the total by 1 point. I just think the Vikings are too much. Tim.
This will actually be the more entertaining of the two Monday night games, at least I believe so. But I got Minnesota 32, Chicago 20.
32-20. Tim says Vikings, and he'll go over the total. All right, let's finish us off here, Brian. The later game, I think it starts.
No, they both start at the same time, I think.
Oh, are they? I thought it was a 20-minute difference.
One I think is about ABC.
I think
and
eight-
ESPN.
I think one's 8:30.
Vegas is 8:30
Okay.
I thought
Okay, yeah.
Eastern
Yeah.
time.
so. The Falcons, 4.5-point favorites, going to the Raiders. 44 points is the total. Brian.
I thought they were going to. I don't know why they drafted Michael Penix if they're not going to bring him in. I mean, Cousins is pretty much done. No touchdowns last 3 games, 8 interceptions. I don't know when they're going to bring in Michael Penix Jr., but it's getting to be about that time. Vegas, O'Connell's out for the season. It's going to be Desmond Ridder from here. They might be playing for the Shakur Sanders sweepstakes. I think the Raiders maybe don't care if they win.
O'Connell will start this week, though. O'Connell.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
I thought he was
Really?
out.
He's back. He is
Oh, he's
back.
back.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. He's coming back to play.
I don't think O'Connell is their long-term answer, though. I just
May
don't
not
see
be, but he is able to play this week. I'm here.
That's
that. Okay.
special.
I don't know why you can flip a coin on that. For me, I got Atlanta winning 24-19, but I don't know why.
24-19. You'll take the Falcons, and actually you'll give up the 4.5. So that's Brian takes the Falcons. 24-19 is what, 43?
Yeah.
You'll just go just under the total. Harris.
Right now, the Vegas Raiders own the number 2 pick in the draft, behind that one team from Jersey. Okay, they do not want to screw this up. Yeah, you're right, Tim. They do not want to screw this up, so they want to lose this game. Okay, I've got Atlanta, even though they're a Swiss cheese defense, winning this game 24-21.
Atlanta winning 24-21. So Raiders with the 4.5 points. Harris will take the Raiders side of things and go with the over. I will say this. I'll go on record right here. December the 11th, 2024. You take Shedeur Sanders in the first round. I'm not talking about first overall. I'm talking about first round. You are setting yourself up for a screw job. I would not touch it. I would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. No damn way. There's 5 quarterbacks I'd take before him, maybe 10. There's no way in hell I would take Shedeur Sanders, number 1. Hell, I'd take that little short guy out there in Oregon first. What the hell is his
Bill
name?
Gabriel.
Yeah,
Dylan
Dylan Gabriel. Was he 5'1" or some shit? But I mean, yeah, come on. There's no way. I just think you take Shedeur Sanders, you got to take all the garbage that comes with it. I don't think I would do it. 4.5 points here is too much. 4.5 is too much. I think both of these teams really are bad. 20-16. I'll take the Falcons to win, I guess. So I got to put my name Raiders and under, but I'm taking the Falcons to win 20-16. But I think it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Tim,
Let's just say if there might be a game to wind down the rest of the night, this will definitely be it.
put you to sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Save a glass of milk.
Count that last sheep. You got me right on for the Atlanta side. I just got a little bit less for the Vegas side.
Okay.
Atlanta 20, Vegas 9.
20-9. So you'll take the Falcon side of things. Nobody's really seeing a whole lot of points here. Tim goes Falcons and under. Michael, finish this off, my friend.
I'll finish this off because this game sucks. Joe Tessitore and WWC from Saturday night's main event is going to be better than watching this game, okay? But I got to pick a score. So I'm going to pick Atlanta 21, Raiders 20.
21-20. So he will go with the Raiders side of things. Mike will, but he likes the Falcons to win 24-20.
Yeah.
That's 44. Would you go 24-21?
How about I make it 21-20?
21-20. All right, you'll go under the total that way. You'll say the Falcons win 21-20. All right, we
He
changed
just didn't
things
go
up
the
there.
same as me.
No, he just didn't want to listen to me either. Hard head. No.
No.
All right. Let's go back last week to the locks.
Somebody just said 765 to 764.
Tiago. JD McCoy says, what?
What?
All right.
What
You
pick were
guys-
That's
taking,
the score.
you
JD?
guys
765
are
to
locked.
764.
Your guys, the locks out there in public. We don't give anybody any points nowhere. It's just straight the hell up way or going to win. And you beat us? Nah, you can't do it, jabronis. We've won about 85% of our locks this year. We went
If not
6-1. We went 6-1 this week. And the one that did not get it right, he's not with us tonight. You know,
5-1,
he's gonna-
Rob.
Oh, yeah, we went 5-1. That's right, 5-1. Rob took Philly. Harris took Kansas City. Mike took Tampa. Tim took Pittsburgh. And Brian took Miami. And all those teams took
That's
care
pretty good.
of business. Keith took Buffalo. And I'll tell you what, they didn't come far from taking care of business too against the Rams. So what we will do, we're going to go, and I'm going to see where these number six from last week was Harris. So Harris is going to get the number one this week as far as who does he like this week as a lock. Go for it, Harris.
I don't think I've ever done this before.
All right.
You're going to take the Giants.
Hell hasn't frozen over, Michael.
Hell ain't froze over yet.
I am going to take Harbaugh and the Ravens.
All right.
Oh, my God.
So
I've never
Ball-
done that. Have I, Michael?
No.
All right. Let's see who had number
Bash him
5.
every week.
Tim, did you have number 5 pick last week? I think you did.
I think I did.
So yeah. So go ahead, my friend. Have at it.
All right, I will take the Cincinnati Bengals over the Tennessee
All
Titans.
Cincinnati. Looked like a good one to pick from myself. All right. Number 4 from last week. Who the hell was that? It was Mike. Michael, have at it.
Oh, my God. I get the number 4 pick on this one.
You do.
Oh, my goodness. You know what?
3 this week.
You know what?
Now you're picking
You
number
guys
3
are
this
going to
week.
let me have this. So I'm going to take. Oh, jeez. There's a couple of games. So you're taking. I can't believe you took Harbaugh over my Giants. You know what? I'm going fishing. Give me the Dolphins.
All right. Mike says Miami. All right. We got between me and Brian. Let's see. 2, 3, 2. So Brian, you get to go first. I can go now. Brian, go for it.
I like Minnesota over Chicago.
And that's probably the one I was going to take. So now, do I have nerve enough to take Washington here?
Yeah.
Do I do that?
No.
Or do I take Denver? Denver's also good.
You still have Kansas City out there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I went
Yeah.
against Kansas City with the Browns as far as points go. I just think it's gonna be a tight game. The ones anywhere we got 3-2 or 2-3 right there kind of scared me a little bit as far as how many points we think somebody's going to get and all that. And
fish.
yeah. Baltimore Harris with a 14.5-point spread. Everybody went with them other than one person. So I mean, yeah, you got to like their chances of at least winning the ball game here. You know what? I'm going to take the pressure off of my team a little bit. I'm going to go with Denver here. I think Denver takes care of business. We'll see what happens there, but let's kind of go back a few weeks and let's just see what we got. We went 5-1 with our locks this week. The week prior, we went 6-0. So to me, it looks like that's 11-1 so far.
Yeah, that's an 8:30.
The week prior, we went 3-3. So if somebody keeps up with it, what's that? 14-4.
14-4. Yep.
Yeah. We'll just go a little ways back anyway.
We're better than some of these professional gamblers.
Oh yeah. Straight ups, we've been doing pretty damn good. I'll skip one right there. One week it was just three of us, and went 3-0 that week.
All right.
See,
Jeez.
21-4.
17-4. 17-4.
All right, add five more. Add five more because we went 5-0 that week.
Oh my God,
22-4.
That's like an 88, almost
All right,
an 88%.
Now let's see. Let's see. In week 11, did Detroit win? Week 11, did Detroit win?
Who did they play?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did because they're thinking wing streak.
Yeah, because they beat up on the Jags. So add one more to the win. Keith had Houston.
23.
The Texans.
that was the day they scored
The
50.
that was a week Texans beat the Cowboys, so add one more to it. God, I'm telling you, boys, the Vikings beat the Titans that week. Add one more to it.
So I got like 25-4.
Man.
Green Bay.
Oh, Tim, I have
The Packers squeaked by the Bears. We got another win right there. So how about that?
26 out of 30.
And that's just back to week 9. So I'll put a little line right there, and we'll just do that. But so far, would you say we were 26-9?
26-4.
26.
Oh, okay, folks out there watching us. Yeah. You think you got something for us? Put them up there. Okay.
And yes,
You ain't gonna beat us.
Ezekiel Double
Put the
B
house
is
on
the
the
Carolina
line.
football.
Put
head
the
coach.
house on the line. It will be safe if you take our locks of the week. Don't forget next week we got 4 games: 5-12, 6-11, 7-10, and 8-9 going against each other, and none of them in warm weather. All this stuff's in cold weather. It's at Notre Dame's, at Ohio State, at Penn State, and what the hell else is the other one?
Did you hear in Ohio State?
Arizona State.
Ohio State.
Arizona State don't get one next week. Let's see. They don't get one. It's Ohio State.
Penn State.
Oh, is it Texas?
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah. Hopefully
So it's
it'll be
Ohio-
warm down there.
Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame. So that's the way things
And
go.
Ohio State's pissed because they got to play the night game.
Yeah, they're mad about that. They're very upset about that stuff.
And in Ohio State, there was a legislation that was presented today to make flag, whatever they call it.
Flag planting.
Yeah, a felony.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
They probably call it destruction of property.
Yep.
12 states are going to go along with that.
Oh,
12 states are going to go along with that, including Atlanta, Georgia, which is going because don't forget, they're going to be playing 2 games there. One game before the Peach Bowl will be played there, and then the national championship game is still going to be played there. Now, we can still change things around a little bit. I understand that stuff. But right now, your 12 teams out there right now, Harris, who is your national champion right now? If we're going to look looking ahead to 12 games,
Texas
12
in
teams
a rematch of the two Georgia games. Texas wins game 3.
against Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, Brian,
Like an Oregon.
you like an Oregon, okay? Mike,
Until further notice, if Oregon is still number 1, that's who you go with.
Tim,
I hate to make it a little sweep here, but I'll go with Oregon.
I'm going against everybody, man.
What, Alabama?
I see one. I see
We're not in
one team that's just more Mr. Physical than any damn body.
Schmoo!
Who did he say?
He said Alabama.
Who
I said Alabama first.
I just see a team that's just more physical than anybody else out there, and it's been smacked everybody around they've played. They've lost some games, yes, but they've smacked people around. I don't see nobody beating Georgia. Georgia, and look, they're not playing anybody much. Look at the other side. My Lord, you got Oregon, you got Texas, you got Ohio State. Well, I don't know how they lined that shit up. And then the other side, you got Georgia and who? Notre Dame? I mean, come on. That if you see that side of the 8, that side of the 6 rather, 6 of those 12. That really Georgia has to play nobody. Well, I'll say this much. Let me make it clear. If Ohio State, Texas, or Oregon wins this national championship, they damn well earned it because that side of the bracket is one hell of a bracket. Where the other side, Georgia's not playing a lot. They only got to play one game to get to the national championship. And
Do you think there could be something where maybe that they reseed after the first 4 games?
see, I don't know what they're going to end up doing. No, I know they won't this year, but
Right, they won't this year. But
I'm hearing now. This is just what I've been hearing that the 4 buys may not be automatic starting in 27, which means, let's say, for instance, Clemson wins the ACC. They may end up getting placed at number 9 or number 6 or number 8 or whatever, but they may start. They just gonna go down the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. However way they in the polls at the
Way to do
end.
it basketball.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they wouldn't. Because why does Boise State, who has played no damn body, Arizona State, yeah, but me and Keith talked about it the other night. What if they did this? Just listen to me all the way through, and you decide agree or disagree. We know you can't play all your teams in your conference every year. It doesn't make a shit. Yeah, there's just too many teams. So what if you got a 6-team schedule you play against your conference? 6 games. Outside of that, you play 5 games. 4 games. You play a SEC team. You play a ACC team. You play a Big 10 team. You play a Big 12 team, and then you play Pac-12, whatever it is. But you play all those out of conference. And I don't care if it's a draw, they had, or whatever it is. Okay? So what it amounts to is only 6 conference games and 4 out of conference games. That's 10 games is all you got to play. Then the top 4 in your conference. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. Both of those 2 teams go to the playoff.
Yeah,
They don't have to play each other. They don't have to play.
It don't sound bad, but the reason it'll never happen is they're playing a 12-game schedule right now, and it's all about the money.
Super conferences also hurt that too.
Well,
I think the travel.
Here's I think one thing they're thinking about is if they go by seeding like basketball does, that's going to force teams to play better teams. If they just just go with 4 buys, you can schedule a little sisters of 4 as much as you want. Just make sure you win your league.
Yeah, and you can be 24th in the country and be 12-1 and be placed 3rd. That's BS in my book. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
the NCAA should make the first 10 games, as you said. Okay, make them play at 6 conference, and there's 1 game out of each of the other 4 conferences, or the 3.
And you play somebody different every year. You play somebody different every year.
Okay.
Yep.
You rotate it. 1 year you're home against that conference, the other year you're away. All right.
Yeah.
Then you give your AD 2 games that they can play anybody in the country.
Okay. I'm fine with that too.
And that way they're still getting that 12 games.
Yeah.
You know, the TV contracts are there, and the money's still coming in.
And the little schools still get their big paydays.
But in my opinion, those 2 games that the AD would schedule aren't really weighted toward the playoffs.
Right. Because they could be playing Cupcake 1 and Cupcake 2. Let's go play Jackson. Let's go play Jacksonville State, and let's play Connecticut.
Yeah, play
That's what they made a bowl game this year.
these bowl games on December 14th.
But I'm just saying against some of these big teams, they're just not going to be able to match up. All right. You know what it's time for? 3, but not in the floor. 3 in the roof. Mike, the 3 best.
3 best teams. The 3 best teams in the NFL.
Right this second.
I don't know. It's every week it's different. I'm gonna say this week number 3, Kansas City, because Brian's there and they're still good. Number 2, the Eagles, and they're still good, and they got Saquon Barkley. I don't know who's the number 1 team again until further notice. Whoever has the best record in football, the Detroit Lions. Boom.
All right. Brian.
Well, until last week, last week showed me one thing. It looks to me like every of these great teams, every one of them's got some kind of a flaw. You know, Buffalo got pushed around by the Rams. That's a flaw. They're just not physical enough to stop the running game. The Eagles, they could go into a collapse, you know, because it's kind of the same things that happened last year are starting to happen in Philly. And I don't think they have a head coach that can really is adult enough to negotiate them through problems like that. So they all have flaws. Kansas City's got flaws. They've got to find a left tackle. Mahomes can't keep running for his life every week.
And they don't have much time to do it.
No, they don't. They are exploring every option. And now we're pulling people out of retirement to help our secondary when we signed Steven Nelson. Nelson played 4 years with us before. It left us and had his best years. He had his second best year last year with Houston. Yeah. So we hope there's something left there. But he probably won't be ready to play till the playoffs. So anyway, I've got Detroit had negotiated their injuries on defense amazingly, really.
Yeah.
I still got Detroit up there. I got Philadelphia unless they start collapsing. And I got Kansas City.
So you follow me.
Let's go back to Tim. We'll go that way. We'll go up and down here.
Yeah. It's Detroit's, they got the longest winning streak. They manage the defense well, and they play well enough to win. I mean, nice to have that great kicker. Number 2 is Philadelphia, because they're probably got one of the better all-around offenses. And the 3rd team, I mean, how about we take a team that won pretty handily? Let's go the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. All right. Now we'll go to Harris.
Well, I see Ezekiel also has Chiefs, Lions, Eagles. Brian has Chiefs, Lions, Eagles, not in that order. Michael's got Lions, Eagles, Chiefs in that order. I got Lions, Eagles, Chiefs in that order.
There you go.
Okay. You guys know I've been on the Eagles bandwagon. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Commanders fan all the way through.
I know.
I hope to hell we can beat them in a few weeks. I don't think we can. But until further notice, I'm going to say the Eagles. But guess what? A cross-state rival to me is right there with them. I'm going to put Pittsburgh number 2 right now. Pittsburgh are some bad boys, and don't be surprised. They go pull in that big bus right there in Philly this week and go in there and kick some ass. I won't be surprised because you got the coach that can do it, and you got some of the players that can do it. That coach, to me, is coach of the year. Every damn year, because I just think Tomlin is one that won't take any garbage, zero trash, and he'll throw the trash out the back door. So right now, I'm going to take Philly. I'm going to take Pittsburgh number 2, and I'm going to take Minnesota number 3. I think Minnesota, they're starting to play some damn good football right now. And hell, they hadn't lost since week 4. They're playing really good. Only week 5. Philly's one hadn't lost since week 4. Minnesota, they lost 2 in a row, and I thought, oh, Lord, they could be in some trouble. But they're starting to put it together now. And I really think when they play the Lions, they're going to be able to – I think they can line up with them and beat them because I think they got the most prevalent passing attack out there right now. Even better than the Rams. I think the Minnesota Vikings do have a really good passing attack. And I think Detroit's going to have their hands full when they play them.
Pittsburgh's
Problem is, when
defense,
they play
they're getting
Minnesota
healthy.
in week 18, that game might not mean a damn thing.
Yeah.
You may see bench players playing that game both ways.
Yeah. Now, what was you going to say there, Brian?
Pittsburgh's defense is getting healthy now. Alex Highsmith is going to be fully healed up, and they're getting healthy.
Now, triple trash dumps of the week. I'm talking about 3 of the biggest dumpster diving teams in the NFL. We'll start with Harris.
The state of New Jersey and the Raiders.
I'm just going to pop up here to me. How about this? I got to say the Jets. I have got to say the Giants. But, man, I can't go without saying the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville is a dumpster fire, too, until further notice. Tim.
All right, well, let him play a little bit of home bias here, but because of the way of Jameis throwing all those interceptions, and by the way, I forgot to mention this when I had this earlier. Oh, nice job, Kadarius Toney. You finally get active for a game, and you get released 2 days later. Thank you, Michael. Yes,
You're welcome.
because you try to be a punt returner and then toss the ball at a guy, and then fumbled, and the guy you tossed the football at recovered the fumble.
Yeah, Lori and I looked at each other and said, we're so glad he's not over here.
Yeah, so I want to put the Cleveland Browns in the dumpster. They're not the number 1 dumpster fire, but they're there. The Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, you don't know where the hell you're going to. And then because the Jets won, they get saved from the dumpster this week. So I'll go with the New York Giants.
New York Giants. Michael.
Ready? My team, of course, gotta be number 1. Sorry. Okay.
Now tell the public who your number 1 team is. Come on.
My Giants.
All
The
right.
first pick look at my sign. The first pick in the draft. Okay.
Yeah, but your team's not mentioned there, Michael.
I
All
know.
right. Number 2.
It's gonna be the Jaguars.
All right.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3, because they got embarrassed on national TV, and I gotta find it, and I'm gonna just go this way. I hope it works. Jerry,
Cowboys.
that
Cowboys.
Jerry on national. When you have to show art to promote your game, there you go.
Sadness.
Sad.
Brian, wrap us up for the night.
I'm with you, Harris. The 2 Jersey teams, I think the Giants were the first team to get eliminated from the playoffs.
We were.
And my 3rd team is Raiders.
All right. Anything anybody needs to say to anybody right now?
Actually, I've got a couple shout outs for you guys talked about high school football. I did bring this up beforehand. The Ohio High School played, and of course they just threw up Marion Stein Local won their Division 6 championship game 74-0.
Woohoo!
It was 16-0 at halftime, and so they went running clock. And I think they're on a 60 plus game winning streak right now.
So
What
in
was
high
the
school
score
football,
halftime?
Tim, we had a 4A state champion in Kansas that had a losing record and won the state championship.
Yeah.
Bishop Miege High School.
Also, don't have that many 4A teams in the state, I guess.
No, they have a lot of
And then-
4A teams. There's 6 classifications, but their league is
Oh.
all 5A and 6A schools, which they usually
Yeah,
beat here and there, but
right.
they lost every game close in that league. But when they were the
And then
4A, they marched through
One
4A.
at state.
So, second shout out. This goes out to the alma mater of my brother's 3 kids. They all went to this school, Columbus Bishop Watterson. They won their state title. Might be the first one since the one nephew played. And to the Avon Eagles in Avon, Ohio, which is about 20 minutes down the road from me, won their first ever state title. Congratulations to all 3 of those schools and all the other champions of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
And the Virginia High School League, VHSL, had, and I just looked it up, it was not over here in Alta Vista, but it was over in the Lynchburg area, that actually had a player, and I'm finding this out. He's only 5'1" and only weighs 133. 5'1" and 133. It kicks a 50-yard field goal, 27-mile-an-hour winds, barefooted this weekend.
Wow.
And it was 41 degrees. 41 degrees. So I tell you what, folks, if you want yourself another, what was the guy that was barefooted for years? Tony Franklin. If you want another Tony Franklin,
That's right.
just draft a kid from here in Virginia because, look, you're not allowed to use a tee. This is one of the states you're not allowed to use the quarter-inch tee. You can't use them in the state of Virginia. You know, some states, they still allow it, but you don't get any tee at all on in the high school things. But the other day, I actually watched something on ESPN where it was some coaches that were saying this is an illegal tactic, but I don't see how it could be. The holder holding his left foot out, and when he's receiving the ball, he puts it on the tip of his toe.
That's
it's
illegal
about-
by federation rule.
Is it? Is that illegal?
Yeah.
But the kid was kicking off of it like in high school this year. And
It's in the high school federation rule book. You can't
Is
put it
it?
on your foot.
Oh, okay. You can't put it on no part of your body. Has to be on the ground when you kick it.
Well,
Anyway.
the ground or tee by the federation book.
Yeah, they don't allow tees in the state of Virginia. But he had been kicking it off this guy's toe, and he was holding it that way. And the guy, you don't see what guy the way he was sitting there. I was like, okay, if anybody ever hits you, you're gonna die because you look like a pretzel the way he's sitting there. But so I guess he must have got caught illegally doing that in the playoffs because they didn't. I think they stopped it or disallowed it or whatever. But
Okay.
he'd been doing it all year long, so that's pretty wild.
Yeah,
Lauren,
that's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, okay.
Laura and I were talking about some trick plays that we were talking about trick plays we've seen. The best one I've seen was on a field goal attempt on the 5-yard against the high school Warriors in AD in California. They set about the 10-yard line for a field goal, and then the holder gets up and starts walking to the sideline saying, "Where's the tee? Where's the tee?" Our guys
And then
are
he's
saying,
a receiver because
They
a receiver.
They snapped the ball and scored a touchdown. And that same day in the locker room, our assistant coach told the team, told the players, if we lose to this team, it was a playoff game. If we lose to this team, I'll cut off my hand and quit coaching. And so the head coach, when we left the field at halftime, says, "Well, how's it going to feel being an unemployed handicap coach?" We ended up winning the game, but that was the best trick play I think I've ever seen.
That sounds pretty cool. It really does. Yeah. Well, we're at 8 o'clock on another Wednesday evening. We will try to be back here next Wednesday night, roughly 6 p.m. Eastern time. And
Good.
well, let's hope to have Mr. Keith on here as well. I'll try to get his picks, and if I do get them, I will post them up sometime between now and tomorrow night. God bless. For Tim, for Harris, for Brian, for Mike. My name is Rob. You all have a great week. Be safe, folks, and God bless. Have a wonderful one.
All right.